Did you know, Anu, that Aribam ji and he starred in the very first Manipuri film as actors? They were together as actors.
What an incredible journey.
Yeah. It has to be our regional culture, which is what makes India so beautiful.
Absolutely.
And we need to bring that back
Yeah.
to the world, to our audience.
Even to us.
That's what makes it. I mean, we make films in 55 languages, Anu.
Shivi and Tomba sir, such a pleasure to have you on Film Companion. Shivi, this is the second year in a row that you have a film in Cannes Classics, Ishanu. First of all, what an honor to have this movie here. Shivi, I want you to first tell me the story about choosing Ishanu, which is of course one of the great films of Indian cinema, of Manipuri cinema. How did you select this for restoration and what was the challenge?
Anu, the story goes back that we were trying to build a film archive in Manipur, which we successfully did. I remember we were sending out reminding tables all the way to Imphal. It was 2020. And at that point, when we were there working to build the archive with the Manipur State Film Development Society, Aribam Sharma, the legend.
The great.
Yes. The legend of the new wave. A lot of people who've not seen his films. Ishanu was in 1991 in Cannes. Imagi, one of his most beautiful films, has won awards at the Festival of Three Continents North. And he brought a 35 mm film to show us. And, the moment I saw the film, and I came out of the film, I had tears in my eyes and I said, what a beautiful film. Look at these filmmakers. They had so little money, the whole new wave. And, growing up at the Film Institute in Pune, we were exposed to these films. But I think the beauty of being in Imphal, seeing the film with Aribam Sharma, and then seeing the way he has crafted a film with images, the dialogues are not that important, but such a universal film, a film about the Metis, the film about a motherhood and about Manipuri culture. And it's their tradition, the oral tradition, which is transformed into this beautiful film.
And that last shot is just haunting.
Absolutely. And then we came out and what disturbed us was the quality of the material, the print. And the way it needed to be shown, because we were walking in Imphal, we were seeing that culture, we were invited to some functions, and then we said, look at that beauty and look at how the film over the years, 30 years, is not looking the same as Aribamji had that vision. And I think it was at that point we decided that we must do something, especially because we are building a film archive in Manipur. We must do something to bring back that film back to its original glory. And that process was almost a year.
Wow.
I think it was very tedious. The original camera negative, which was on 16 mm. It had a lot of grains. There was a lot of use of inter-negative in it, which was not matching with the original. There was no sound negative. We had to take it from a print. And then the coordination between Aribamji. And I think that was the most fascinating thing for me, that you are coordinating as a filmmaker. You're working with another filmmaker. You're trying to put his vision back in, keeping in mind the ethics of restoration. And both Aribamji and his grandson Dhruva was so deeply involved, whether it meant from the scanning stage, from the film repair stage. We had to do physically, frame by frame, digital restoration, which happened in Prasad, but all the other work, which is sound restoration, color grading, scanning, it happened at the lab in Bologna. And it was right till the end. I mean, it was so tedious that 1 year, but just amazing restoration on sound, which I thought Bologna had, especially because we didn't have the sound negative. And it's been, I think, the most beautiful journey for us. And our endeavor continues to find the hidden gems from India. And I mean it, that it has to be our regional culture, which is what makes India so beautiful.
Absolutely.
And we need to bring that back
Yeah.
to the world, to our audience,
Even to us.
and to each one of us. And I
Yeah.
think that's what makes it. I mean, we make films in 55 languages, Anu. How can we just concentrate on what is happening in Hindi cinema? We've got to find, and that's why we are very proud that we're doing another Oriya film next. We're just trying to find films from all over India.
You are doing incredible work, Shivi,
Thank
and
you.
more power to you.
Thank you.
Thomas, I want to ask you, what has this experience been like for you? First, to make this film. Okay, then the film comes here in 1991 when, you know, it was very hard. Films didn't travel so much. And now to be back here again.
Yeah.
What is that like?
The city is a very, very interesting one. And I'm also quite amazed to hear that it was selected for this classic one. And how it is made, it's already told.
Yeah.
So, and it is very interesting on my part. And it's also a wonderful thing. It happens so. And now I realize that the contents of the film, merit of the film is what is there. And this is what I feel.
You
Even
didn't
though-
realize it back then?
Yeah, even though it is a small film and a regional language, and in spite of all these things, and this film got merit of itself,
Yes.
and it is how I was here and meet you all. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I mean, Aribamji says that Ishanu grows by itself. It has the power. And it has driven Manipuri cinema over the years and continues to do so and continues to live in the hearts and minds of the people of Manipur and the Northeast and inspires the whole generation of new filmmakers who are from Manipur.
Absolutely. But let's talk about that a little bit. Given how difficult things are on the ground, how do we nourish the cinema of Manipur?
Oh, it is a very awful thing when I really say this. We have nothing, equipment and sound, camera, and so everything. But we are trying our best, anyhow, anyway, and sincerity is already there, and our heart labor is there, and then under the guidance of Adivam Shyam, and we follow what he said. And most important one is M.K. Vinodini's writing.
Yes.
And she's
Right.
turning 100 years this year.
She's
She's the Maharani Kumari, Vinodini Kumari,
Ji.
one of the prominent writers from
Another legend.
Another legend,
Yes.
and this is her 100th year.
Yeah.
And in fact, this what makes this film really special. So steeped in that culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
and her research work is great, and Sam Sharma and Vinodini, they are all together considered again and again, making this a lineup of the film stories, script writing, so on, and their hard work, and we are all the time following them. And in such a way,
Yeah.
in spite of all the difficulties, our hard work, labor, unity, that makes this film in such a state.
Yes. Yes.
And did you know, Anu, that Aribamji and he starred in the very first Manipuri film as actors? They were together as actors.
Yeah.
What an incredible journey.
Yeah.
How amazing.
And from that time, of the first Manipur film, and we are doing 3-4 films together. We are all the time trying to improve it by cutting away all the outside elements.
Yeah.
And we are always trying to do ourselves little bit.
Yes. No, but that's incredible. Shivi, tell me a little bit about the state of restoration. You know, it is a lonely and long fight that you are fighting, and you have been at it for years, and you are, you know, how relentless you are is a thing of admiration and greatness.
Oh, thank you.
What is your biggest challenge?
You know, Anu, I don't know why I love it so much.
We are grateful that you do.
I just don't know, because I had such a prolific career making
In
ads.
ads?
Yes,
Yeah,
I've done
making
over
movies,
1,000
yeah.
ads, and I was really at the top of my career. And what drew me into it, the challenges we face is every day. We face challenges on funding. We face challenges on the material we get. The challenges to bring back these films, challenges with the copyright issues. So there's so many challenges. Every day when I think of restoring a film, it's almost like recreating a new film. It's almost the same challenges. In fact, I was so happy that Martin Scorsese was interviewed a few months ago, and they asked him, out of all the films you've made, is that more challenging than the films you restore and preserve? And what do you value the most? And he said, I value preservation and restoration more than all my work, which I do.
Wow.
And I think that is why I got into restoration. He was a big inspiration, and I continue to follow what he does.
Well, you're fighting the good fight, so thank you. And it was such a pleasure to speak with
Thank
both
you,
of you.
Anu. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. You've been watching FC at Cannes 2023 in association with travel partner Air France, smartphone partner Google Pixel, beauty partner L'Oréal Paris, media partner NDTV, and travel trend partner Skybags.